for this welcome session.
Okay.
This is for you guys. We wanted to say hi. For this welcome session.
Okay.
This is all right, everybody. Good morning. It's good to see some of you and to see little squares for the rest of you. I'm Judge Matthews Rodriguez. I am one of the coordinators for the Austin Regional High School Mock Trial Competition. It's a pleasure to see you all and very excited that we could accommodate a big change in our competition this year, but to still go forward with it for everybody. I'd like to take an opportunity to introduce Miss Belinda Roberts. She is our other co-coordinator, and to give her a moment to say hello.
Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to see everyone here. We're really hopeful that this goes off without too many technical challenges. But you know, we're all just kind of learning this year about how to make this work. So we appreciate everyone's patience. We welcome any questions. And I hope that everyone will provide us with the same grace that we are going to provide you all today. And I'm excited to see everyone's presentations.
All right, thank you, Belinda. I have a 3-year-old coming in to say hi. Do you want to say hello to everybody competing? Okay, this is CG. She's the regional high school mock trial mascot today. I want to give you all some reminders about how we're going to run today. You should each have the detailed schedule with your Zoom links already provided. If your parents are wanting to observe, then they should be able to do that through the YouTube channel. If there are any issues with the YouTube channel, we're not able to monitor it at the same time that we're monitoring the Zoom. So we would really appreciate if we could get a message from the coaches if something is happening with the YouTube stream that we need to keep an eye on. Round 1 is going to start at 9:30 this morning. Round 2 is going to start at noon, round 3 at 2:30, and then we'll get all back together again at 4:45 for announcements and awards. We are wanting to give you some time to warm up and get started before your round 1 begins. But before we let you go, does anybody have any questions? Feel free to put it into the chat if you do, or I think we might be able to accommodate taking yourself off of mute and trying to just ask.
You had mentioned that the teams have to work out the timekeeping stuff. So will that happen at the beginning of each trial? Will the judges, is that part of actually official pre-trial matters, or will the judge ask beforehand?
We've let the judges know about the different practices that each team has been using. Just that we've let them know that there's a different practice among the teams. But we are expecting that the teams will bring it forward to the judges if there is a discrepancy on agreement for timekeeping. We are okay with, in the competition rounds, the teams doing their timekeeping in different methods if the teams themselves are. If they're not, we're defaulting to the no camera use regional guideline on that. But it's not something that your judges will be handling. It's something we're hoping the teams will handle among themselves, but get your judge involved if you need assistance.
Okay, so then it would be handled in pre-trial matters then?
It should be handled among yourselves.
How do we do that amongst ourselves? We don't, like, as we enter the room, like before? Yes. Oh, okay.
And Belinda and I will be present in your sessions as well. So if you are needing something for us to chime in that our judges haven't been prepped for, like I said, we've let the judges know that there's some different practices among the teams and that we're okay if y'all can come to agreement on that. But if Belinda and I need to step in before the round starts, then we're happy to do that.
Thank you.
All right, and I see something in the chat. Did everybody receive the virtual guidelines regarding objections? Okay, so I'm not going to go over what was included in those, but to answer the question as briefly as I can, it is okay for you to raise your hand. It's not always as natural to do that, and we certainly didn't do it before. But you can, if you're making an objection, you can raise your hand and do that. We also understand that Zoom makes it difficult when two people are talking at once. Zoom sometimes picks whose audio is going to go through. And so you're not always heard when you're making that objection. So we do encourage the participants to give a physical signal that you're objecting as well. And the judges will keep an eye out for that. All of the judges that we have today are experienced in Zoom. We have been doing our own hearings and trials over Zoom for 10 months now. So you're getting a group of judges who are used to all the practicalities that you're dealing with today. And also we want you to know that we don't want the technicalities of doing this virtually to get in the way of the strength of your participation in the competition rounds. Our judges are going to be gracious and understanding that technical difficulties are going to arise. And as long as those don't interrupt the flow of the competition continuing, we're just going to accommodate as much as possible.
What is the best method for sharing the order of the witnesses with the other side and the gender of those witnesses?
The coaches should have each other's contact information. You can, I'm okay with you utilizing the chat before the I'm okay with you utilizing the chat before the competition starts for that purpose. We just don't want the chat utilized while competition is ongoing because we feel like that might be a bit of a distraction or a bit interrupting. Again, we are okay with whatever works for you, but using the chat function for that makes sense. The coaches can also email each other that information. Just a minute, CG, just a minute.
I have one question. If there's a tech issue and like say a student has to change out a computer, is a coach allowed to give them the new computer, or are we not allowed to interfere at all and it has to be someone from that competing team?
We would prefer for the team to handle it among themselves as much as possible, but we will not consider it a rules violation if the coach's assistance is technological only. We will not, of course, we will not allow coaches to provide any substantive assistance during a competition round. But if it keeps that student participating, then we're okay with the technical assistance.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, before we let each other go, let's take a minute to just express our appreciation to our judges who are volunteering their time today. We have a few of them in this welcome session, so thank you all for doing that on a volunteer basis and providing us your expertise and helping these young legal advocates sharpen their skills. I also want to express a huge thank you to each team coach. The time that you pour into this competition is not lost on me. I think what Ms. Roberts and I see is the tip of the iceberg for that. And clearly the students who are participating today benefit so greatly from how generous you are with that coaching ability. And lastly, I just want to say a huge thank you to all the students who are participating this year. We're so thrilled to have you. We cannot wait to watch you compete. We're looking forward to it, and we appreciate you being here and keeping our mock trial competition going this year. All right, Ms. Roberts, am I missing anything before we let everybody get ready?
No, I don't think so. As long as there aren't any more questions, that we've hit them all. I think we just, again, need to be patient and gracious, and part of the formality, it feels like, of the competition is a little bit lost in Zoom. You're hearing us talk about things like you guys need to work it out kind of amongst yourselves. I will say that that is much more realistic about how actual practice is. I think that that gives you that experience as well. So.
All right. Well, thank you again. Good morning to you all. Good luck in your competition today, or break a leg if you don't prefer those words. And we will see you all in your competition rounds.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.